Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be doing a episode of Shimmering Skies. We're going to do one more draft. I'm going to try and see if I can do a sealed before the weekend. I know a lot of pre-release events will be sealed, but I also know people you just kind of take the best 40 cards in sealed, so it's not too difficult to build a deck there. Versus draft, you only get to pick 48 cards, so you're only able to cut 8. So we're going to hop right in there to a draft, and we're going to see what we get. Okay. I don't think we've seen Maleficent as a super rare yet, so it's interesting for sure. I think we're just gonna take a Ludwig. Yep, I think we're just gonna take him. Good 5 drop. And it's important to take some high cost early. We just used Namari yesterday. We're gonna use her again. Was pretty good. I would say reliably, you can consider this a 7 drop. Um, which normally will be like the end of your like curve, like that's your highest cost card. But there are games where this can become a 5 drop if your opponent's not careful, and there's not too many ways to deal with her. With that resist 3 is pretty strong. Okay, we have Basil, Zazu, Brunei, Glimmer versus Glimmer, and Ed, which are all very good cards. I think we're just gonna take Zazu though. Gives us a nice evasive fighter, good stats, and he quests for 2, which I can't complain about. We're gonna take Turbo, gives us a rush 2/3. There is 2 different types of Maleficents though, so I could also take a Maleficent and speculate that the big one might come around, but I think I'd rather take the Turbo. Okay, we've got King Candy, Fix It Felix, Robin Hood. So, oh, and Sword Unleash, but don't think we're gonna be doing Sword Unleash. Although, I do have a lot of higher strength characters. It might not be unrealistic. My only worry is that, like, if I'm behind on the board and I play this, it doesn't help me get back into the game. Like, I'd rather fill my deck with cards that I can play and, like, okay, this is going to help me trade up or trade this way. So, King Candy we could take for Turbo because we even have the shift target. Fix and Felix, we don't have a shift target, but if we get any libraries, it'll be good. Rancis is also just a good 4 drop 4/4. I think we're gonna take this Robin Hood though. I've been pretty high on him. Um, so this Merlin's not too bad. This Merlin's pretty good actually. We can take this Merlin. We can take this Turbo. We can take this Library. I am just gonna take the Library. It's very strong. And especially with having like Turbo to fight whatever their 1 drop is if we miss our 1 drop. We just have like bodies we can establish prior to it coming out. Okay, think we're gonna take Hypnotic Strength here. I don't really want to take the Arthur this early. We were pretty high on Uninkables in our last draft, and we definitely felt it. So this time I'm gonna try and be a little more conservative again with like not going so crazy on the Uninkables. I think we're gonna just take another Ludwig. Argument could also be made. Actually, these are mostly 5s. Now we'll take a Broody. I think either is good. We're gonna take When Will My Life Begin. Think we're gonna take the Amethyst Chromacon, especially if we have a lot of high costs in our deck. This like the way I think of cards like this that make your opponent draw and you draw is you're hedging a bet that your deck has higher value than what your opponent's deck is. So like if you've played them in 1 or 2 games and you know that their deck is like 70% 1 drops, 2 drops, whereas your deck is 60% 4 drops and up or 3 drops and up, it might not be the worst to use the effect, but you also have to be very careful. You have to pay attention to where you are at in lore and stuff like that, because if they're that low to the ground, typically they'll be a lot higher in lore than you are later in the game. So I don't have a Donald Duck yet, but I don't think there's any way I'm not gonna play the Pie Slinger. He is the Pie Slinger. Just a big fan of Donald Duck. I would probably take this card in person just to have the legendary. And there's nothing in this pack that's like overwhelmingly like gonna win me the game. So we're gonna take Donald Duck. If it wasn't him, I'd probably take Bruni. Okay, could take another Turbo. Mickey, Zazu is pretty good. Monstro. I think Monstro's a little bit of overkill. I think we're honestly fine with Zazu, another 3/5 evasive. I don't think we need the 5/6 big body. He's still great for stats, don't get me wrong. Between the two, Monster's definitely better if you need a more fighty character, but we're pretty, like, we're able to brawl decently well. Um, might just take this Mickey Mouse. I don't know, though. No, we'll take Flora. Okay. I think we're gonna take Duck for cover, but we are actually doing really good on evasives. I think we're at three. Two Zazus and a Brune. Or Bruni. Um, yeah, I think I'm actually gonna just take another Brunei here. I'm good with one Glimmer versus Glimmer. I don't necessarily feel like I need to have two. I'm gonna take the Hypnotic Deduction to help with Uninkables. I think we're gonna take this foil Ludwig or Ludwig. Now we're really looking for one drops and two drops. We're gonna take this Ed for sure. Three questers for four are just so good in this. We're gonna take Finders Keepers. Gonna take another Bruni or Brunei. Take a Turbo. I think we'll take Healing Touch. It actually does cycle. Could have relevant effect. Taking the Glimmer versus Glimmer. So we're pretty high cost. So we really need to value the Basils, the King Candies, the Vanellope von Schweetz that are one drops. So we have a one drop here with King Candy. We have a great three drop here with White Rabbit. I think three we were also pretty sparse on. Don't really want to take Scroop. He's just a little like understated. If he was a 3/2 or a 2/3 evasive that quest for two and had that effect, I'd probably consider him. But seeing as he is not, I don't think we'll be taking him. Kronk is also a really good two drop. I want to take this Donald Duck for the Pie Slinger. It's not the best play, truthfully. He's not a bad card, but I really think we should take Kronk, King Candy, White Rabbit, or Merryweather. But we'll take Donald Duck for the Pie Slinger. We're gonna take a Basil here. We'll take a Hey Hey. Okay. I don't really want another Brunei. Wouldn't be the worst, but could trigger that effect. It's not a 0%. I think we're gonna take Rut. Don't really need another Bruni. We could though. Wouldn't be bad to take him. Um, we're gonna take a King Candy. Give us another one drop. Take a Taffeta. We'll take Monstro now. Don't really want a 0/4. That's just too expensive. That's way too expensive to play. Yeah, we're gonna do You're Welcome. Choose Maleficent. It's not really what I want, but it's inkable. Wow, yeah, we're gonna take Seven Dwarfs of Mine. We'll take Retrosphere. sinkable, and we'll cut that. Gathering and knowledge. So 2/1 drops, 2/2 drops, 3/3 drops, but really only two that we want to play. And then for 4 drops, we have 5, 6, 7. So pretty filled up on 4 drops. I think we're gonna just take a third turbo. Yeah. They might not expect the second one or the third one after the first one. Yeah, we'll just take a. Well, he's uninkable. I guess that's what I need to consider. Yeah, we'll just take another Ludwig. Take another Zazu here. Take. Ooh, Nook's really good too. Take another Basil. We'll take Basil though. Take another Basil. Really, really enjoy that support if it wasn't obvious. That support is so big. Um, yeah, I think we're gonna take Simba. Okay, 7 more picks left. Pretty good on 4 drops. I think we're gonna take Archimedes. Take the second Donald Duck for consistency with the shift. I want to take this Elsa's Palace, but I do think I just take. No, I can't take a fourth one. That's too many. I could take Maid Marian. I think I'll do that. 2 turbos. Turbo's my 2 drop though. That's my only 2 drop, I think. That isn't an action or something. Yeah, I think we're actually gonna take the third turbo. Not the fourth turbo. Take a hypnotic deduction. I don't want any of these. This comes the most. I think this is the most relevant. Even without villains, just being able to ready. Queen Sensor Core. Steel Chromacon. Okay, we're gonna add all. The reason I do that is because we have 48 cards, so we're only getting 8 cuts. We're gonna cut 7 Dwarves Mine. Cut your welcome. Okay, we're gonna add 3 back. We're gonna add your welcome back. Finder's Keeper will add back. And I think we'll add the 7 Dwarves Mine back actually. Uh, Save. Alright, let's get started. So 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, technically. And I can Glimmer, King Candy. Does our deck have better stuff to do though than 7 Dwarves Mine? I think so. And I think we're okay getting rid of Zazu. We have a lot of high drops, so if I keep Zazu, we might just get a second Zazu and kind of be stuck waiting. No, we actually got a lot of low drops, but it's okay. We're gonna ink Taffeta. Probably should have inked Taffeta. I don't know what I did. Oh, because turn 4 I want a Glimmer versus Glimmer. Yeah. Put King Candy and pass. Okay. Gonna ink. Getting Basil. Yeah, I have way too many 1-drops in my hand. It's better to ink that. Play 7 Doors Mine, and I'm gonna quest. Pass. Slinger might be a knight too for the 7 Dwarves effect. I'm not sure though. So it costs 2 to move. I'm gonna move King Candy, ping Vanellope, challenge Taffeta, and then I'm gonna play Simba, pass, and now next turn I can move Simba to 7 Doors Mine and ping her again. Well, we're gonna do that instead. Yeah, we're gonna ink this Donald Duck. Play Turbo. Turbo's gonna challenge. We're gonna move Turbo. I guess it doesn't matter. Move Simba, ping her, quest. And now either way, if she hits into either, I take her down. And if she quests, then I can just take her out with Simba. Okay, that's a drew the immediate answer to his thing. But I think we're gonna ink Monstro. Plays Zazu. Oh wait, no. Play Bruni. Move Bruni here. Oh, it's two. That's right. Oh, okay. Well. Oh well. Do that, and we'll quest Turbo and pass. And then next turn I can just move to the mine if I need to do that. I can even move Bruni to the mine and then Glimmer versus Glimmer, whatever he played, if I need to. I don't really need to. Might still just do it. Gonna ink that so we can. I think we are gonna do that. Um, yeah, we're gonna move Turbo, Pink's group. I'm gonna Glimmer versus Glimmer. Getting rid of Merlin. I don't really need to do that, but I'm partially doing it to help protect my mind. I've got a 2-quester out with Evasive. I'm about to play another 2-quester with Evasive, so I'm gaining 1 off the mind every turn. Play Hypnotic Deduction. This way I can get ink. Yeah, I still want to play the Zazu over the Ed, I think. So I keep 2. Yeah. Do these. Keep Ed on top. Ink Basil. Play Zazu. Quest. And I'll pass. Next turn, I'll draw Ed. Ooh, I don't think we've seen him yet. Sir Ector. Well, kind of wish I'd seen Glimmer versus Glimmer for that, but the Glimmer versus Glimmer gave us enough tempo that we're so far ahead with this questing, he won't be able to stop us. And we're evasive, so I wouldn't do anything different. Because even if everything else we drew were blanks, just the Zazu and Bruni both being evasive quest for 2 was very good, and then 7 Dwarves. Looks like they actually puts a little bit more high cost cards in their deck, which is great to see. Like they have a more natural curve. It doesn't feel like they just play 32 1-drops. which is good. I mean, I definitely enjoy the challenge when I can get it. We're gonna take Basil. We're gonna keep a library, put this all back, and hope for a 2-drop, I think. That way I can curve into the library. Yeah, okay, I'm alright with that. We're gonna ink Flora. Probably should be Donald, but I still have dreams of shifting the Pie Slinger. Oh, there it is. We're gonna make it happen. I don't know how, but we're gonna make it happen. I'm gonna ink library. Play hypnotic deduction. We've got a little bit too many uninkables here. Okay. Put both of these back on top. We will quest Basil. If he wants to take the trade, I'm fine with that. No. Pass. Okay. Well, that's the best thing for us. He just established an item, which doesn't really do much. Gonna ink 7 doors mine. Play Donald. Quest and pass. And next turn, we will be able to officially Pie Slinger him. Okay, this one's gonna be uninkable. Gonna ink Bruni. Let me be clear, I don't know, I don't really think those ink choices were the best, but I'm pretty all in on wanting to Pie Slinger, so that's why I did it this way. Pie Slinger. So we make him lose the 2 lore, and we will actually challenge Minnie, take her out. Quest Basil. Pass. And now we really hope that we get we get something inkable, so we play the Zazu. If we don't, we have a backup with playing Turbo, but yep, that's perfect. It's a 1-drop. Don't mind inking it. Play the Zazu. Quest. And we will challenge. Surprise Pie Slinger is just 1 lower. That's kind of big sad. I really wish he had been 2 lower. It would have made him a lot better. Well, I say a lot better. It would have helped. Okay. Okay, what do we want to do? So, quest Basil, buff Donald. Donald's gonna take this out. Reason I've been fighting everything with Donald is because he only quests for 1. So I kind of want to allow my heavier questers to keep questing and just make him fight. We're gonna take this Taffeta and pass. Kind of keeping this in case I need like to be able to do 4 damage to something or just be able to increase the amount of damage. When you play this character, each opponent chooses one of the characters and returns that card to their hand. Um, I should probably do Basil, but I'm gonna do Donald Duck Pie Slinger because next turn I can just establish him again. Can establish the 3-drop. Ink. I don't really need to ink. I don't think. Yeah, play Turbo. Quest Basil to support Turbo. Have Turbo take out Alan Adale. Quest with Zazu. I'm gonna quest with Taffeta. Mostly I'm just questing with Taffeta because if he takes Taffeta out, I'm okay. Um, I'd rather him take Taffeta out over Basil because Basil actually allows me to kind of support the way I want. Ooh, Sir Ector. Oh, that's such a good draw. Wow, that was such a good draw. We're gonna quest Basil, support Turbo, play Simba, supporting Turbo, and now Turbo can take out this Mother Gothel for almost free, and then we're gonna Glimmer v Glimmer, my Simba taking out Surrector, and that's game. There's not coming back from that. We'll pass. We don't really need to go any higher in ink. We've got two 5-drops. If we play them both once every turn, we're fine with that. We're in such a good spot. We're gonna shift Donald Duck Pie Slinger, of course. We're gonna quest a Zazu, quest with Taffeta, and for the game we will quest with the Pie Slinger himself. All right, that's round 2. Let's get into round 3. Okay. Um, we've done the Pie Slinger thing, so I'm pretty content with that. We'll keep this 2-drop and put it all back. Put back the Donald Duck, got the bigger Donald Duck. So we have a very slow hand this time around, and that's not great considering they have the lore advantage off the start. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. Inktable, in order to help the AI, gives them 2 lore in game 2 and 4 lore in game 3. It just kind of helps them keep up with the player because a lot of times they don't make the best trades or do the best things. So, good ink, you're welcome here. Play Turbo. Pass. Got a 3-drop into a 4-drop into some good 5-drops. So I think we'll be able to stabilize. I think that was misplayed. I think he wanted. I think the AI was like, "Oh, I'll play Food Fight, and then I can tap Bonsai to take out Turbo." But it also then was like, "Oh, but I quest." So that's a little unfortunate. We're gonna ink this Hypnotic Strength. We're not really that desperate for card draw. We have enough cards to keep us active for the next couple turns because we're not playing more than one card a turn, and we're not challenging anything here. We're gonna ink this Taffeta. Play Bruni. Quest. I want to establish the evasive 2 quest or full plate. Okay. So I got kind of a slow hand too. Actually have a knight for the 7 dwarves mine, but I just don't think it makes sense in my curve because these are all 5s, so I'm probably just gonna play these every turn. Um, really, it's just Pie Slinger should be ink. Yeah, we're just gonna ink the Pie Slinger, fortunately. Yeah, we'll establish the highest quester, and we'll quest for 4 and almost tie up the game and pass. Okay, Flora. Okay. I think we're gonna ink. No. Yeah. We're gonna ink 7 doors mine. Play Hey Bodyguarded. And we're just gonna grab as much lore as possible. Especially because Flora is the one that, like, if she's challenged, she gets strength. So she's not getting strength to help her get through Hey. So Hey is most likely going to just be able to protect all of our high questers. So we're just gonna be able to keep questing every turn. Especially because we go up 8 a turn. Yeah, game's over. We're gonna play Zazu and Basil and just quest and keep Bernie in our hand. And luckily can't challenge because of the song that they played and When Will My Life Begin. But again, this is just one of the moments where like it's not relevant. Well, we definitely have the better deck as far as high costs go. But we'll just go ahead and quest. What they have? Namari, Maleficent, Blaster and Past. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting. That was good. I liked being able to pie slinger. Was a big fan of that, but I got to get back to moving my stuff. And like I said, hopefully by the end of this week and start of next week, things will be back to more of a routine for me, and I'll be able to upload a video every day. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys all are having a wonderful Thursday. All right.